Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tashana, the hostess with the mostest. Let's get into this. Yes, man, I don't know what's going on. These attacks have been crazy. They are manifesting as a little bit of weather conditions, bad weather conditions, but it's okay because I feel a lot better. No, we're not going to go over the periodic table, but I did kind of want to piggyback off of last night and go over some of the fears, right, that are on my list and kind of implement what those things may mean. Well, that's what I wanted to do. But then the Creator told me to have the discussion on how to interpret or start understanding our gifts and what they mean, to have like a deeper understanding as far as how to utilize them, what they're for, where they may come from, etc., right? So if you are a dreamer, there are several different ways to distinguish. Now, granted, obviously we all have different things going on with us. So if God gives you a particular gift, He's given it to you for a reason. And maybe the way you flex with your gifts is not what everybody else is doing, right? But there are some general things that can apply to us all. So let's say you have the gift of prophecy or astral projection, or just if your gifts are allowing you to see, quantumly, right? If you can quantum jump through your dreams, there's different ways to determine what your dreams may be trying to interpret or how to convey a certain message. Now, you know how like on a video game, how it's like first person, second person, third person, right? How you're in the game. Sometimes your dreams are like that, and these are telltale signs on what they may be indicating. Now, let's say you have this dream, and it's like a first person type of dream. Now, depending on who the dream is about and what the Creator is trying to convey, this may mean that the dream is directly correlated to you, okay? Something in your personal life, and more than likely you know the parties that are involved, or they're connected to people that you know personally, right? Then you have this second or third person view of dreaming. This is why I said because this may be where a prophetic dream is coming in. This can be something that either has something to do with the future or the present, okay? This is where your energy comes in and you might be able to alter some things, right? While in second. But in third, and I mean person as far as the view, right? Like, are you in the dream or are you outside of it just looking at it is what I mean by that, okay? If you can be out, if you're in the dream, this is something directly correlated to you or someone that you are correlated to, whether you know the person or you just have this relationship with the people that are in the dream. And I'm saying that because sometimes faces change. We know scenarios change, right? And all of this is contingent upon what the overall message is to begin with, okay? So this is where it varies. This is where you use your discernment. This is where you start paying attention to what comes up in your waking life after you've already had the dream. Now, when it comes to the second person, this is where you can alter the energy, right? Or this just may be prophetic, and God is allowing you to see what's going to come or what is going on. So it can either be a warning for people that you know or people that you don't know, or it could be something that you have the ability to change if you have that gift as well, right? To alchemize the energy. Now, this third person energy of being outside of the dream is also prophetic, but sometimes these people you don't know, it's just related to the overall collective, right? All of us, we're still connected whether you know the person or not, okay? Now, of course, with faces changing, this can be familiar spirits, this can be attacks, this can just be, your psyche allowing these familiar faces or unfamiliar faces to come into the dream because your mind just scrambled things up like that, right? And your subconscious is just weird like that. When you start looking at the scenarios, these places might be familiar to your dream world, right? This may be a reoccurring dream, and we've talked about reoccurring dreams, right? We've had the conversation. This is not that. This is you being able to interpret or have a better understanding of what the message is. Now, we're not even talking about the dream itself, right? We're not even interpreting the dream. We're more so speaking on the view. What point of view are you having in this dream? This is going to allow you to determine the level of prophecy of the dream. Okay? Now, of course, if you are a little bit more familiar with interpreting your dreams, because that's a totally different gift, right? That has nothing to do with it. Overall, your concept of the scenario, your understanding, your perception is one way to also be able to tell if it is your subconscious, an attack. We're just talking about the way the dream is set up. How is it presented? Okay? We're not even going into what the actual dream is meaning. Like I said, dream interpretation is a completely different gift. You need to be able to start dissecting ways to have a better understanding and relationship with your gifts, right? Now, of course, we have people who are clairvoyant, clairaudient. They can astral project and be in different timelines all while they're awake. People have this crazy sense of smell. People have visions. People have deeply, deeply rooted vagus nerves that allows them to tap into energy that makes their other senses much stronger. There's so many different, things, okay? And we can go through them, but the dreams are a little bit more, not even fine-tuned, but they're just a little bit more deeper. They delve a little bit more deeper into the overall spiritual realm. Not only because you're astral projecting, but you're able to use more than one gift at a time. You're at one of your most vulnerable states. Okay? This is where the Creator is using your spirit the most, because your vessel is not currently active. So this is where God can really step in and do his thing and just take over. So this is why it's important for you to not only fast, not only say your prayers, not only focus on, where God is taking you, but this is another reason why it's important to understand what your place is in the spirit world? What are you supposed to be doing? And this is obviously after you've been enlightened on, what type of warfare you're fighting and why, and et cetera, right? Has nothing to do with it. Some of those things have nothing to do with it. And it does, but I'm saying you need to have this in your mind that it is your job to start being able to look at these things from different perspectives, right? We have different lenses. And because we're a multi-dimensional set of beings, because there are so many different realities, you have to be able to correlate what you're experiencing to all of those different timelines. That's the key. What are you connected to, or what are you experiencing in this setting? Not even dream, right? Because it could be a vision, or it could just simply be an attack. It could be the enemy sending you a vision, or sending you a message, or sending you people or circumstances to totally distract you from what you should be focused on. So again, this isn't even me saying, hey, no, you need to be able to understand what you're experiencing. And this is after you get the why, because of course you just have to be obedient and everything will come. No, after you understand what's going on is what I'm saying. Once you start getting a little bit more seasoned in your gifts, you'll be able to conceptualize it and have a greater relationship. This is where you strengthen. Not to mention, you have the duty to use these gifts to help other people. That's the next thing. So in order for you to be able to help other people, you have to know what you're doing with it. This is information you're getting from the ethers, right? The spiritual version of you is out there going to grab information. Then you have angels coming. Then you have demonic, influences coming. Then you have mishaps, just things that are in your birth chart or just everyday life things. Then you have tests from the Creator. Then you have bloodline things that are it's so many different things on the wheel that can just come in and throw you off. You have to be able to discern which is which. So this is why your psyche and your subconscious is important, because that's mental, that's emotional, and sometimes it could be spiritual depending on what it is. Only you know what type of warfare your bloodline is up against. Only you know how you conceptualize different ideas. Only you know how you perceive and understand the things that are coming at you. So this is where you'll start being able to interpret. If the Creator gave you dream interpretation or vision interpretation or astral, projection interpretation, because some people astral project and they're not even aware. That's a whole other thing. But overall, it's your duty to use your gifts to expand everything that you're connected to in this realm and in the other. And I'm so sorry for my nasty sounding voice right now. But we have to get this out tonight, alright? But the good thing is you're aware that it's a gift and you can start utilizing it. You don't have to rush into trying to help people. God will start telling you when it's time to share what it is you are picking up. Okay? But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Go give me some rest. I do love y'all. I hope y'all are drinking y'all water, eating y'all fruit and vegetables, and sipping on y'all own tea. Why? Because it's free. And the event got canceled. This sucks. I knew that yesterday. I forgot to say it on the podcast. I think we will go over the list of fears tomorrow. All right, love y'all. Peace.